All right, everybody, welcome back to another episode of the Actual Anime Podcast. I'm your host, Stefan. I got GKG over here. Say what's up to
Yo,
the people, man.
how's everybody doing? I know it's been a hot minute, but we
Hot
back
minute.
and
Hot minute.
we got a lot of stuff to cover.
Back.
So yeah, happy weekend, happy Labor Day weekend. Um, hope y'all are enjoying the day off. And if y'all work, unfortunately, I'm sorry. I hope it gets better. But
True.
yeah,
True.
we back.
We back. Back like we never left. Sorry, y'all. Sorry for the, you know what I'm saying? Business. Business is business. But we just gonna roll right into it. We just gonna roll right into it. I already told one person that we was gonna do this. Shout out to Elevated Otaku. She had a whole segment on like a whole bunch of stuff, a whole episode dedicated to like why animes aren't just cartoons and stuff like that. Y'all go make sure you support her. Because I told her like beforehand, yeah, we gonna talk about it. We gonna talk about it.
Hmm.
But One Piece, One Piece live action, man.
Yep.
One Piece live action. We gonna talk about it just to keep some order. We're gonna have like a little how we talk about it. We categorize it, right? So first, we're gonna go over character accuracy, how they're represented in the live action versus how they're represented in the anime. If any differences, we're gonna talk about manga and anime accuracy. Does it match up to the manga or anime? Stuff like that. Then we're gonna talk about visuals, so how locations look brought to the widescreen. How do the pirate ships look? How does everything visually look? We're gonna talk about soundtrack, chemistry, all that, favorite moments, and then we're gonna give an overall opinion, an overall review. So, oh boy, I just want to start off by saying I don't know what I said the last episode that we talked about it, but
Hold on.
uh,
Before you start, I just want to remind y'all, I was on an island. I was on an island when we had talked about the first impressions of this show.
mm-hmm,
Everybody was dogging this show.
mm-hmm,
Come back. I want to get everybody's perspective now since that came out. I just want to say that.
yeah,
Continue.
okay, okay.
Continue.
Continue. I ain't gonna say I told you so, but continue. Um, Overall, we'll save overall for last. But like,
Hmm.
just I didn't think I would like this show as much as I like it, but I
Right.
fucking loved everything about this show, bro. Like, we'll get into it. We'll get into it. We'll get into it. So first off, we're gonna talk about character accuracy and character representation. Now, let me start by saying like Luffy's actor, I didn't like him at first. I really
Mm,
didn't. I really
mm,
didn't. I didn't think. I know Oda handpicked him. He loved his personality. He loved it. But like, I didn't get the Luffy vibes when I saw him in the trailer. But when I watched the first episode, and I was like, damn, he actually kind of killing this whole. Hang on. So I
yeah.
like watched more and more and more, and I was like, you know what? You know what? I see it. I can see it. I can see
Yeah.
it
No.
for sure.
Completely agree. Like, when I saw the trailer, I kept an open mind. Um, I was like, I'm not gonna give my full opinion yet until
Hmm.
it comes out. And like you said, with the first episode, I was fully invested. Um, I knew the character who or the actor. I forgot his name. But he played Luffy so well, and I can tell. I can see how he can be annoying in the beginning,
Hmm.
but then again, you can argue the fact that so is Luffy in the anime. But
Yep.
that's just who he is.
Yep.
Um,
That's just his
it
attitude, bro.
like he mirrored this character so well,
Hmm.
um, like all the other characters. But we'll get to him. We'll get to the others. But as far as Luffy goes, yeah, he was really him.
Yep.
He was really
Yep.
him throughout this whole series.
There were there were just
Yeah,
like certain moments where I'd be like, dang, bro, like Luffy would do that. Like I can 100% see Luffy doing that. So like
yeah.
I liked more and more. The more I watched it, the more I was like, yeah, bro, he good choice, good choice.
Oh, for sure.
Um, Zoro, how you feeling about Zoro,
My
man?
dude.
My boy, my boy Zoro. I think, hey, shout out to the actor who played Zoro, because I'm telling you, just like the snarky one-liners, just the calm, cool, collected attitude about Zoro, bro. killed it,
Yeah.
killed it.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, for sure.
even like word for word when like Luffy came to rescue Zoro and he was saying like just because you saved me doesn't mean I'm joining your crew. Like bro,
Mhm.
he killed it, killed it.
I will say about Zoro, and this is just my personal opinion, I liked him as
Mm.
a character, yes. He did play it very well. He was a he was a tad bit too edgy for me. Um,
Mm.
in the show or in the anime, um, he's more he's more how am I trying to explain this?
He's
More
kind of like he's
funnier,
not
more
like
comedic type
yeah, it's not
in
like
the
an edgy like edge lord type thing where it's like oh my
right.
god,
He's
like
not like a
yeah,
Sasuke or anything
yeah,
like
for
that.
sure, for sure. I think the actor was trying to. I think he was trying to like teeter totter on like calm, cool, and collected, and like a little
Yeah.
bit of edgy because he had his moments. Yeah,
Yeah,
he
yeah,
for
yeah.
sure had his edgy moments, but
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
as a whole, I think he pretty much got Zoro down.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
There was I can't say there were any real moments where I was like, I don't think Zoro would do that, or like I don't think Zoro would say that.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, as far as like Zoro's actor,
Yeah, he killed it. He killed
got
it
no
with
complaints.
the sword play, the fight
Yeah, bro.
scenes.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
it's crazy that like everyone knows like the scene where Zoro first fights Mihawk.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
look,
yeah.
I was hoping he would not get that scene fucked up. And you know what? He did it justice. He
He
did it
did.
justice. A
He
lot
did.
of like the main scenes are perfectly fine. Perfectly fine.
Yeah,
Did them
and
perfectly.
it's surprisingly more violent that I would, hope for. Like, when you
Yeah.
first come across the scene, I think it was his first scene, he was fighting somebody from Baroque Works. This
Hmm.
dude cut him in half.
And you saw
I'm
like
like,
both halves
"Oh,
of his
shit."
body. I'm like, damn,
Yeah,
damn, man.
so I'm like, "Alright, cool, that's what we doing, I'm here for it."
Facts. Facts. I was
So,
like, yo,
yeah,
hey, who else but Zoro, bro? What a introduction. Who else but Zoro, man? But yeah,
yeah,
Zoro killed it. Loved his actor. Nami,
man, she did great.
look, Nami's actor, man. God damn. Nami's
I
actor.
for
Just
I forget her name as well, like, I I'm forgetting all these characters, but the way that she played this too, everybody knew what they were getting into when they were acting as these characters, and
mhm.
they mirrored them so well, and I
Yep.
believe I've seen a couple interviews with all of them, they have great chemistry,
Oh yeah, for
especially
sure.
with her, she is the most knowledgeable when it comes to anime,
Yeah, she said she
so
watches like say I think she said what was her favorite? Made in Abyss is her favorite
yeah,
anime. And she
yeah,
watches like Sailor Moon and posts about like she posts about like One Piece all the time. Like even
yeah,
before she got the role. She made a post about Nami being her favorite character like a
yeah,
year before she got the role.
so she knew, like,
Mhm.
I need to play this
Yep.
role amazing.
Yep.
So yeah, they already knew coming into this, they can't mess this up. So
Facts.
yeah, they already knew. They already knew. But yeah, she did well. You can her personality fits Nami. Like, she is she's not the captain, but she's low key like behind the scene a
Yeah.
captain because
Yeah, for sure.
she's telling the crewmates what to do, but it's really Luffy's job. But
Yeah.
Nami is like the brains.
Yep. For sure.
So yeah, and it tells, when she comes on the screen, um, just like in the anime,
Mhm.
she's a thief. She's trying to get what she wants any way she can.
Mhm.
Um,
Any way she can, man.
they played that beautifully.
Yep.
Yeah,
Nami was good. Um, okay. Usopp. Usopp.
my man.
My boy. My boy Usopp. Look, I liked his actor. I liked his actor.
Mhm,
I feel like Usopp is kind of like not a hard character to get right, but it's like
yeah,
you kind of gotta have the personality to make Usopp work.
that's what
Like
I
I
was
feel
scared
like
of.
Usopp is a really doesn't lean heavy towards like comedy because Usopp has his moments where he's like, all right, yeah, I gotta step up and do shit. But like for the most part, Usopp isn't like a comedic person at heart. He's kind of just like a pussy, but just him being
Yeah,
a pussy is like the comedy aspect. So I feel like this actor kind of did good. They did good in that aspect.
yeah. No,
Um,
yeah, yeah. He I feel like he balanced it with the comedic
Yeah,
side and giving you like, all right, we got to be serious on some
yeah,
scenes.
for sure.
He played his part in where he was at with the crew.
Hmm.
He was like, I'll lean in and be the main character on this scene, but I'll sit back because I know it's not my time yet.
Hmm.
But he, especially with his episode,
Yep.
and when they went to that episode with Kaya, um,
Syrup
yeah.
Village. Yeah, Syrup Village.
Yeah, he did his thing. He did
Hmm.
his thing.
For sure.
He, like I said, he didn't overdo it,
Hmm.
but he didn't under, if you know what I mean. Like
Yeah,
he
he
balanced
didn't like overdo his role, but he ain't like undermine nothing in it
right,
either. I get it.
right.
I get it. So Usopp was good, man. I don't think I've heard like any complaints about any of the characters. Like even Sanji did like great. Like
Sanji was good too.
yeah.
He really portrayed Sanji in a way that towards his mentor,
Hmm.
um, that like, yo, I don't like you, but I know what you did for me
Yeah.
overall.
Yeah.
And he's this flirtatious dude.
Yep.
We all know Sanji. He's this flirtatious dude, but when it's time to get serious,
That boy Sanji's a
he
pervert.
gon'
I
he
wouldn't
gonna
even
up
call
it.
him flirtatious. That boy's a pervert. That boy's
Yeah,
a
but
demon.
he didn't do it. He didn't overdo it. He
For
didn't
sure.
overdo
He
it
only
like
had
in
a
the
few like flirty moments for real. Like
right,
when he
right.
first
That's
met
what I
Nami.
was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So it wasn't that bad to where I was like, all right, this dude is like Roshi. Um,
yeah. Do you
but
think like later on, if they adapt it for this long, do you think like later on when Sanji actually starts getting real reckless, that they gonna
if
keep it like
they,
manga accurate, or do you think they gotta tone it down for Netflix? Because
I
Sanji be
think
saying
they
some
have
shit, bro.
to, I think they have to tone it down
Yeah.
for Netflix. But then again, I don't want to see Sanji being all googly eyed when he sees females all the time.
Hmm.
I know that's in the anime, and I know I'm contradicting myself, but I just want to see a little
Like
bit of something different with
like
Netflix.
yeah, like a realistic how
Right,
Sanji would like realistically act. I know how
right.
Sanji is in the manga and everything, and it's one of the things that like I'm kind of not a fan of Sanji.
Yeah, yeah,
That
yeah.
it's like to the extent that it is, like, bro, he can't even like handle business because he's like, I can't hit a woman, bro.
It's
I
only
can't.
some things you can do in anime, which
Yeah.
I'm glad that Netflix didn't be like, they didn't set the expectations to unrealistic stuff.
Hmm.
They just kept it realistic as much as
Yep.
they could do, and I'm glad.
I'm
I'm
glad.
glad.
I'm glad. Cool. That's all the main cast, right? So now we're gonna talk about one of the
Oh, my bad.
things.
My bad. One quick question. What do you think of Garp?
Garp, hey, my boy. That's what I think of Garp. I fuck with Garp. I like how just everything about Garp's attitude and like persona is just like you feel it. He's a real like intense actor when he needs to
Yeah,
be. He
yeah,
was killing them intense roles. Like when I'm trying to remember the part when he was like going crazy in his office and he was like going crazy laughing and shit and like slamming all his shit around and like Kobe was outside listening like, bro, you good? He was like, I'll
yeah.
have my chow in the mess hall with y'all today.
And Kobe
Yeah.
too. And Kobe too. 'Cause
Yeah.
like,
Oh,
okay,
yeah, I like Kobe. Honestly, I think Kobe, whoever they got to play Kobe was like perfect. Cause I was like watching the anime
yeah,
just to see like everyone lined up, bro. Kobe's actor looks exactly like he does in the anime. Like even down to like the nervous kind of, like jittery
yeah,
attitude
timid.
about
Yep.
certain things. Yeah, bro. Like 100%. That's Kobe. You can't tell me
So,
that's not Kobe.
so those two characters, I really liked them.
Hmm.
Um, but my few gripes I had with the show, and I'll get to those. But one of the gripes that I had, um, was with Garp and Kobe. I feel like I saw too much of them.
Yeah, like they were
Like,
kind of like forefront in a lot of the episodes.
yeah, yeah, they were kind of forced to be in with the story, with
Hmm.
how in the show or in the anime, you only see Kobe a few times in the beginning, but then that's it.
That's it.
And
Yeah.
you don't see Garp till later.
Hmm.
But I get it. Netflix got to change some stuff around to make it an hour long show, but I just
Yeah.
feel like
It
we
was
didn't
too
have to.
much.
Right. We didn't have to follow Garp's story all the way
Yeah.
like that.
I feel like sometimes I saw Kobe and Garp more than I saw like Luffy and them
They had
a
their
little
own
bit.
story. Yeah, they had the
Yeah,
yeah.
they have their own stuff going on, which I get it. You know, Kobe's trying to settle into the whole Marine role. And especially when he figures out, like, hey, the Marines, work with pirates, the seven warlords of the sea, stuff like that. And he's like questioning, like, what's right versus what's wrong in his
Right.
eyes. And like, even he's saying, like, you know, I think it was what's bro's name with the fucked up haircut? Bro's name,
Oh, that
Zoro,
dude.
Zoro gave him the fucked up haircut.
Yeah, yeah,
He was saying,
yeah.
like, I forgot his name, but he was saying like you don't know that much about the world, and like Kobe's like, damn, that's what Alvita said too. Like, am I really ready
He
to be a
right.
Marine type shit? I'm like, yeah, yeah, bro. Like, he's right. You don't know anything about the world, like that ass. You really don't, bro. Like, how the world works is not like sunshine and rainbows, bro. It's some stuff that you not ready to hear, and Kobe was not ready to hear it because he didn't know how to handle it. So it like yes, I liked Kobe and I liked Garp. I feel like there was a little too much of them to go around
Yeah.
though. But overall, their characters did do good. So,
One more thing. My bad. This completely fell off on my mind. Mihawk.
well, Mike. Oh, hey, look, they did a great job at displaying how powerful Mihawk was, bro. From the
Mhm.
start of when he gets on the screen and you see all them like shooting cannons at him, he's
Bro,
just walking
that shit
around,
was that was yeah.
bro,
That shit
bro.
was
And
clean.
and Don Creed came up and he was like looking at him and he said, "Oh wait, hang on, let me handle this real quick." That was it. All right, man.
Yep.
Anyway, back to my phone call. I was like, "That, bro,
When he
that is insane."
when he came on the screen, he demanded your attention. Like
Yeah, you gonna know me
he shows out whenever he's in a scene,
for
and
sure.
Mihawk was Mihawk was an underrated person to
Mm-hmm.
me in the beginning when I first watched One Piece. I'm talking about the
Mm-hmm.
anime.
Yeah,
Um, but yeah, he definitely showed out. He showed up and he showed you why he's one of the warlords of the sea.
mm-hmm. Yep.
And also another character that I forgot to mention was Buggy. Bro, why do I
Buggy.
like Buggy?
Bro,
Why
facts, bro. Facts. I was
why
like,
do I like Buggy?
he kind of killing this role. I was like, fuck, bro. It's like you're not supposed to like him, but I
Yeah.
liked him. So I was conflicted. I don't know if it was like how good they portrayed the role of Buggy or
Mhm.
if it was like just the differences of like Buggy in live action versus like anime where like you kind of get to know Buggy, but you don't really get to know like the real fucked up mental part of Buggy. Like he
Yeah,
kind of shows
Buggy.
in the live action a little bit, like when he like chains everybody up,
Yeah.
and Nami's like, "You destroyed the whole town." He's like, "No, I didn't. I let them keep their hands." Like, bro,
Yeah,
nigga's a psychopath.
Buggy to me was a good standout of the
Mm-hmm.
series. He didn't get as many he didn't get as much attention as like the other characters, but
Yeah,
when he showed up like Mihawk, when he showed up on scene, he definitely demanded your attention
for
and
sure,
he showed that.
for
Uh
sure.
and that's the same with like the other villains too. I'm not gonna name all of them, but
Yeah,
with Buggy and Arlong, bro, why do I like? I don't understand. Why do I like Buggy and why do I enjoy watching Arlong on the scene?
Arlong's character was that dude was intense, bro. Like
He
he
was,
just had this aura about him. Anytime he was on screen, like
yeah.
he gonna fuck somebody up.
And
Especially
then
when
in
he
a
first
way,
like when he first pulled up to like the Barati and he
yeah.
was like slamming tables and shit. He was like, nah, let me get my food, cuz.
And then in a way, I'm kind of like, damn. Some points I kind of agree on. I'm not gonna hold you,
Yeah,
but
I'm like, he kind of right. Bro got a
yeah, yeah.
point.
When he was talking about like not his kind and how um people that are not of the fish man, it's kind of like I don't want to do like a race thing or nothing, but it's kind of like how we are as people towards
Hmm.
others, and
Yeah.
that's what Arlong gave me. I'm like,
Yep.
damn, he right,
That boy
but he the
kind of that
villain
boy kind
though.
of spitting. Yeah, it's like it's kind of tough to like sympathize with the villain, but sometimes they just be making points, man. They just be making points, and it's like, yeah, you kind of right, bro. I don't want
Wait,
to say
yeah,
you kind of right, but you right.
he he is the villain, and what he did was messed up. But all I'm saying is, some points he was pointing out,
Hmm.
it made sense.
Like I can
Um,
see it from his perspective, but I can also see why it's wrong. So it's
right,
like
right,
conflict of interest.
right. But
Whatever.
yeah, that's the characters we knocked out.
Yep.
Everything they played everybody so well.
So well. So well. So now we're gonna get to manga and anime accuracy. Now, okay, before I get into this, there's a lot of stuff I've been seeing about how it's not manga accurate. Some things that happened in the show didn't happen in the anime. Like when they all meet up in the bar, that shit didn't happen. Like when Zoro walks in the bar and Nami's in the bar and
Hmm.
Luffy's in the bar, that shit didn't happen. Okay, cool. It is supposed to be, it's not 100% retelling of the anime in live
Hmm.
action. Oda said it's a readaptation of One Piece as a whole. Like, so it's still One Piece, but some things obviously you can't fully 100% do in
Right,
live action. So you had to shift some things around just for the storyline to like line up, make sense, and still be all cool. It's a readaptation. All right. It ain't
right.
gonna be 100% accurate, but there is some moments that like just legit didn't line up at all. Right. So the first one is definitely that bar scene when they all first pulled up. Cause honestly, like them niggas could have linked up right then and there. Like they was all in the bar. I like how
Yeah,
Zoro pulled up with the Brock Works. What was he, number 7? He like pulled up
yeah,
with him in the
yeah. He had
bag. He
his
was
like,
like,
yep,
yeah.
yep,
He was like, let me get a drink for me and for my homie over here. He didn't see some better days. I was like, damn. And it's cool seeing like Luffy and like Kobe see Zoro, see him fight, and like they can actually get like a first look at like how Zoro is as a fighter. Because he was like, damn, he a good fighter. And then Nami just kind of like being the onlooker, looking
yeah,
on and
yeah,
stuff like that. It was real interesting to see it from that perspective versus like the manga and the anime, like how they meet up one by one. It's like real, it's a real weird thing to see them all like together, but like
yeah.
so
So early.
separated. Yeah, so early too. I was like, damn, this is I don't know if I prefer this or not, but it's kind of nice to see.
So yeah, yeah. So I was with it. I was
Mm-hmm.
with it. I like the
Yeah.
twist that they did. I love the changes. I like how they all met up in one setting, and
Yep.
Luffy was kind of paying attention to Zoro. This is why I like Luffy too, because he was seeing other people's potential. He knew what they was gonna become.
Mm-hmm.
He was looking at Zoro like, I already know what he gonna be. He was looking at Nami like, all right, she's gonna be my navigator. Looking at
Yep.
Zoro, looking at Sanji like, all right, he gonna be the cook.
Yep.
He already could tell the potential of what these
Mm-hmm.
characters were having.
Yep.
Um, but yeah, I the changes were good.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't stray away too far from the anime.
Yeah, they
Uh,
weren't like huge, like story breaking plot holes. It was just like a
no,
few little things that got changed around.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It's like, but then you also have to think of like a show Netflix standpoint, right? So
Hmm.
it's an hour-long show. They have
Yeah.
to fit so many things into 1 hour, and it's 8
Hmm.
episodes.
Yep.
So you really gotta, and that's another thing about the show too. Surprisingly, the pacing of the show was good.
Yeah, like
The
it didn't feel
pacing
like
was
I was
really
on
good.
something for too long, but
Right,
like it didn't feel short either. It was like
right.
I think the pacing was great. I think
They
the
they
pacing was great,
knew
bro.
they knew when to use a like an arc
Hmm.
correctly with the pacing, and then all
Yep.
right, we've been on this arc for a little bit longer than we need to. We need to
Hmm.
move on to the next one, or
Yep.
we this arc is not as important as the others, so we can kind of shorten that up and move to the next one. So
Hmm.
I really like how they did the pacing on that.
Yeah. One of the things that like I guess I was confused like when I first watched, but maybe I haven't seen this part of One Piece in a minute.
Hmm.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but like, doesn't Luffy fight Don Kruger?
Yes,
So,
that was
and
another
Sanji's
change.
like, Sanji's watching, but like, Mihawk just cut bro down in the beginning, and like that was it.
Yeah, so that was another change.
Because I was kind of hyped to see that fight. Like, that was like one of my favorite fights of like early One Piece was like Luffy and Don
Yeah,
Kruger.
yeah.
But like, it was
Um,
weird just seeing it like, like scrapped. I was like, yo, where my
yeah,
fight at, man?
and that's another thing with like I said with the pacing and an
Hmm.
hour-long show, it's like, do you wanna add I feel like they had to pick and choose which type of fights they wanted in the show.
Yeah. Like the real
So
story centric ones needed to be in there, but the ones
right,
that kind of like, okay, bad guy got beaten. Okay, cool. Is he like a major bad guy? Like what's the tiers on bad?
right,
Like some of them got to get cut. So I
yeah,
feel
yeah.
it. I feel it. Okay.
But I'm not complaining. I
I
like the way it was.
Yeah, I ain't complaining either. It was just interesting seeing like what got cut
Yeah,
versus like what got changed and stuff like
yeah,
that. So it was cool. It was cool. I liked it. Visuals, bro. Everything amazing. 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 Even seeing like Alvida's ship for like the first
yeah.
time, I was like, yeah, bro. Whoever's on effects, they done nailed that. They
It
nailed
felt
that.
it felt to me when I was watching this, it felt like a super powered Pirates of the Caribbean.
Facts. That's what a lot of people like compare it to. It's like Pirates of the
Oh, really?
Caribbean.
Okay.
Yeah, dude. Like with like
Yeah.
all the effects and stuff like that and all the cannons and stuff. Yeah, bro. For
Yep.
sure. I was
This
like,
this
damn.
definitely exemplified of like a pirate world
Yeah.
aspect
Hmm.
and the Navy or the Marines. It's weird. Correct me if I'm wrong, but in the manga or the anime, they call it the Marines, but they wear like Navy attire,
Yeah, no,
which
that's
is
that's
to
facts.
this day I still don't get that. But
Yeah, that's facts. But it's like, and what do you
it is what it is.
it is
We've
what it
been here
is.
this long, so
Yeah, like
I really don't care
it is
anymore.
what it is. It looked good. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah,
So
but the yeah, like you said, with the aesthetically, it looks great.
mm-hmm.
Like and the world is so huge. Like
Mm-hmm.
you could do so many things with this series. It's
Yep.
already the show was already big as it is.
Mm-hmm.
Um so I feel like they could go to different areas and take it to other places. Because in the show there's so many islands, so many different worlds.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I think they had cast this in Southern America,
Yep.
Brazil.
Yep.
Um, so yeah, it aesthetically it looks beautiful.
Yep. I'm telling you, like even seeing like the Barati and like seeing Syrup Village and like
Mhm.
Nami's home village. I'm like, dang, bro, they nailed these like
Yeah, they did it. They did
crazy.
those settings justice.
Mm-hmm. They had to. They had
Yeah,
to. You know the backlash if like they made Syrup Village look like trash. Boy, I swear to God.
yeah.
Ugh.
Syrup Village is in um, Atlanta,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yep.
We don't
You
need that.
you can't mess that up.
We don't need that.
We don't
Nah.
need that. How you feel about the CGI effects, like Luffy's stretching? How does it look to you?
So I was kind of nervous about it in the beginning. I'm not gonna lie.
Mm-hmm.
Because One Piece is so outlandish. It's so unrealistic.
Mm-hmm.
I was scared to be like, how are they gonna make this work? Bro, they did. They
Yep.
got it.
Yep.
I
They
was
did.
genuinely surprised of how well they they utilize his powers. And
Mm-hmm.
yes, some of it is corny. Some of the stuff, I'm like, okay, I'll get past that. But
Mm-hmm.
overall, it was pretty good to me.
Yeah. I don't think he had any moments where like I saw him use his powers and I was like, that didn't look right. Or I'm
Yeah,
like, I didn't like how that looked.
yeah.
I looked fine to me. I mean, just a
I
casual
feel
watcher, but it all looked
I
fine to
feel
me.
like yeah, I feel like now in this age, and era, people criticize stuff so heavily. They
Mm-hmm.
want it to be beat for beat.
Mm-hmm. It's like, bro, it can't
And
be beat for beat.
with the show like One Piece, it's only so much you can do.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like you gotta think on a director standpoint.
Mhm.
Okay, so if you have devil fruit powers, how are you gonna put that to a live action screen?
Yep.
And how is
Especially
that
for,
gonna
like
be
some of the
believable?
outlandish ones. I mean, hey, they got buggies right. They got
Oh yeah,
buggies
yeah,
right, bro. I was
yeah,
like, damn, how they gonna do this? But they
yeah.
he was showing that shit off. I was like, damn, buggy. Okay. All right,
Yeah,
buggy.
it was good. They used the powers really well, and they didn't overdo
Mhm.
it. They didn't
Yeah.
overdo it. They showed you
So,
just enough of what Luffy can do and what Buggy can do.
mhm.
Um, but yeah, I have no gripes.
No gripes. No
No,
gripes. So next we're gonna talk about soundtrack. Soundtrack. How you like the music? How you like how it fit into the scenes and stuff like that?
No, yeah, it was cool. I really honestly I didn't really pay attention to the different soundtrack
Hmm.
listings, but you could tell when there was like a like Overtaken. Like you could
Yeah.
tell when that song came on, you was like, okay,
Yep.
okay, this is One Piece.
Yep.
Um, but like musically, it fitted with certain scenes.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, when it was like a serious scene, you could definitely, all right, this is where we at with this. Or if it was
Yep.
sad, you
It fit
could
along with the vibes of the
it
scene
fit
and stuff like
yeah,
that. Yep.
yeah. But the only thing that really caught my eye was Overtaken when they had like a victory one or they were
Hmm.
celebrating of some kind, and it really brought you back to um the early One Piece days
Hmm.
of yeah, this is One Piece. So
Yep. There was one
musically,
moment where
yeah,
like,
musically, I don't have much to say about that.
yep,
It was good to
it was,
me.
it was good. There was one moment when they first got the first ship after they leave, like in Usopp joins and all that, where they're playing. It's like a really orchestrated, like theatrical version of like We Are, like the very
Mhm.
first opening. And I was like, man, that makes me smile. That makes my heart
Yo,
happy, man.
this show is really this show made me feel like a kid again. It was so refreshing
It
to
did.
where when you see a cartoon and
Hmm.
then make it live action, it's like, damn, this is kind of dope. It's giving me Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles feels that them 90s
Yeah.
movies.
Yep. Yep. I
Bro,
was
those are
like,
my
dang.
movies. I played
Oh
the
yeah.
shit out of those.
Oh yeah. Nah, for sure, bro. I was on that bitch. I was on them.
Yeah,
So
it was giving
yeah.
me that feel back. It was so nostalgic and so
Mhm.
refreshing to see these characters in the real life.
Yep. Yep. Everything that these characters brought, everything that this cast brought to this series, and like just the involvement of Oda himself. Like I was watching an interview. They said Oda's been involved since like the very beginning, bro. Like
Mhm.
even when Netflix even thought of this idea, Oda was like, "Yeah, I'm in it. Don't even worry about it. I'm here." So it's real cool seeing everything like come together.
Yeah.
Um, I love that. We already talked about like chemistry between characters too. Like
Oh yeah, the chemistry you could definitely tell when they
you could
all got
tell.
together.
Hmm.
They already were friends on
Yep.
and off screen, I feel like.
Yep. For sure. One thing actually that is like really interesting to me, and I again like I haven't been in the beginning of One Piece in a while. I don't
Mhm.
think Zoro and Nami had like that much of a relationship in the beginning, but in the live action, it feels like they're kind of like warming up to each other like a lot. Like Zoro was like they were playing a drinking game together, and
Mhm.
just like their little banter, like back and forth, it's kind of like friendly to a point. But I don't remember all that in the beginning of like One Piece. Maybe I haven't seen
No,
it.
yeah,
I feel like
I
they didn't
feel like
develop anything until like a little later on. But I think Zoro like hated the fuck out of Nami until like
so
after our long arc.
I wouldn't say hate so much. I would say he didn't trust nobody except for
Yeah,
Luffy.
yeah.
Um, yeah, he was kinda on edge
Hmm.
with all the other characters because he feel like he couldn't trust them
Hmm.
enough of yet.
Yeah, but in
But
the
it
live action, like you get that vibe, right? Like they're kind of like
yeah, yeah,
homies
yeah,
already.
they had that scene of, vulnerability, when they were
Yeah.
doing the drinking game, like you said.
Hmm.
So,
Like,
yeah, they really again, with the pacing, they got the backstories,
yep.
everybody's backstory,
Hmm.
and they gave you enough to be like, "Okay, this isn't too much, but this is just
Just
what we
enough.
need. Just
Just
enough."
what we need. I know the character's main motivation, how they grew up, and all that. That's what
Yep,
I need. That's what I
yep.
need. So yeah, man,
So,
chemistry is
yeah, it was
great.
dope.
Chemistry
Yeah,
is great. Like,
chemistry is good, and the banter with all the characters was really good. You could
mm-hmm,
tell like Luffy wasn't just the glue. Like
mm-hmm,
if Luffy was taken out in like a scene, it would be like Nami or Usopp, they would go together. Or if you
yep,
had uh like Nami or Zoro,
Mm-hmm.
they would fit, or like
Yep.
Sanji and Zoro, they would fit. Like you don't need
Luffy,
everybody.
yeah.
Yeah,
You don't
so
need
they all
Luffy to be
connected.
there to just like stick everybody together. Like they all
Right,
have their own interpersonal relationships like with each
right.
other. And that's kind of what I liked seeing too. Like Usopp and even Usopp and like Sanji had a few interactions, which is funny. I think Buggy was like talking and Sanji was like, "You want to hold the head?" And Usopp was like, "Nah, bro, you knew. Go ahead, hold that,
Yep,
brother."
yep.
Yeah, like a lot of their interactions were super cool, man. So I liked seeing just that like personal aspect of all of them
Right.
together. And it's just crazy seeing it like live and like how good it
No,
looks.
it's
So
dope.
I was like,
It's dope.
damn, bro. Yeah, this is pretty good. But favorite moments, and then we're gonna get into like the overall rating of how we feel
Okay.
about it. Favorite moments for me, I got a lot, bro. I got a lot.
Okay.
Just the entire backstory of Luffy and seeing that brought to life and seeing like the pirate, the mountain pirate come in and like knock everything on the floor and Shanks is just
Mhm,
calmly like picking everything up. And then Luffy's like going off on him, like, why you being a bitch, bro? Like, why you didn't? And Shanks is like, sometimes you can't solve everything with violence. And then like further on, we see Luffy like, I think they were stuck in the box, and he was like, oh, I'm
yeah.
gonna talk to Buggy pirate to pirate. And Zoro was like, nah, man, let me just go kill him. Let me just go kill him. And Luffy was like, sometimes you can't solve everything with violence. I was like, my
He
boy,
learning.
he learning, he learning. And then another one of my favorite moments is when Zoro got hurt by Mihawk,
Mm,
and they suggested like talking to him to keep him like keep him tethered between our world and the next world. And Luffy's just like having like a vulnerable moment where like he doesn't know what to say, so he kind of just like keeps repeating himself like, oh wait, hang on, let me start over again. And
yeah,
Zoro's like, can you shut up? I'm trying to
yeah.
sleep. I was like, and then Luffy gets all emotional and he's like yelling at him like, Zoro. I'm like, dang, bro, my heart, man. I got a
No,
lot of
yeah.
favorite moments, man. Even like Zoro and Nami having that drinking game, like just little moments like that. I feel
Right.
like I love those little moments in the show that make
Yeah.
everything just not feel exactly like the anime, but it still does so much for like the world building and like bringing the characters together and stuff like that. So just any moment where the characters got fleshed out, that's a favorite moment for me, man. Any moment
Dope,
where they got time to shine. So,
dope. Yeah, no, right. One of my favorite moments is when Zoro was he was tied on the stand, and
mhm,
that was kind of when Luffy, Nami, and Zoro kind of had their moment of when they were
mhm,
fighting the Marines. So I
yep.
like that. I like that scene a lot, and it really showed you of what Luffy and how he can utilize his powers.
Yeah.
And Zoro, he kind of stepped away for a second. He was like, "Man, I'm gonna go my own way," but then he was like, "Damn, he freed me, so I got to go help him out."
Yeah. He was like
And
looking
then
at him, and then he was like looking outside. He was like, nah,
yeah,
I can't
and
do that.
then he showed how he can utilize his swords too.
Hmm.
And the one thing that I was scared about, and I know this is unrealistic, but when he had the three sword style, and then when he
Hmm.
put the sword in his mouth or whatever,
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, bro, how is he gonna play this out? Because
Hmm.
I know realistically, you can't bite down on a sword for only so long. So
Yeah.
they added in just amount to where they did one move and then that was it.
Yep.
Like
Because
I'm not
they knew he couldn't do that for hell
right,
long. They
right.
knew that.
Again, realistically, Netflix knows what to add and what not to add.
Hmm.
Another scene that really showed off her acting chops was Nami when um, she was getting she was crying and
Yeah.
she was getting tired of like Arlong and Luffy came
Hmm.
up. That's an iconic scene within itself in the
Yep.
anime.
Yep. For
And
sure.
to see it live action, I'm like, damn, this is dope. This is really
Hmm.
dope.
Yeah. That was fuck that that scene. That scene got me, man. That
This
shit was tough. When she was like stabbing her arm, she's like, Arlo, Arlo. I was
yeah.
like, yo, damn.
Yeah, it was
Damn, that
dope.
was good live action, bro. That was
Yeah.
really good live action, man. And even
Yeah.
like they have a side by side of like how it looked like in the
Mhm.
manga and anime versus like live action. And like the scene where like Luffy's walking up and like Zoro's kind of chilling off to the side with the swords and like Sanji's
Mhm.
smoking a cigarette, Usopp's just chilling. Bro, that's like spot on, like accurate. Like you could pull up a manga panel and you could watch that scene and it's like spot on. Everything is like literally copy and paste from the manga. And a lot of people were like, dude, that's so fucking fire. I love everything about
No,
that.
yeah, it is. It
So,
definitely showed you, all right, Luffy's the boss. When he
mm-hmm,
gets serious, it's time to up the ante.
yep,
Like everybody was ready.
yep.
Even Usopp.
Everybody was ready, bro.
Even
Everybody.
Usopp.
I was like, damn, bro. But yeah, that's my favorite moment. You got your favorite moments out. So now we just go. How do you feel about it as a whole? Overall One Piece package.
Overall, I think this is a great um anime series that's turned into live action.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was more good than bad.
Yep.
Of course, they got their gripes, but this is just the standard of what they can go from now. So
Mm-hmm.
all y'all other anime, pay attention if y'all want to do a live action. Y'all got to do your research and make sure y'all get this shit right
Yep.
because y'all got fans, dedicated fans who enjoy watching this anime, and we don't want another Cowboy Bebop accident. We don't want another Death Note accident. If y'all can learn from those mistakes, like One Piece did, we will be good. Now,
Mm-hmm.
granted, nobody asked for this. Nobody asked for this live action. But the fact that they went with it and the fact that Oda is hands-on with this project is great. So
Mm-hmm.
overall, I think it's great. I think the story is great. The pacing along the shows are great. I'm glad they split this up into 8 um, hour-long episodes. Um, they added what they could realistically.
Mm-hmm.
Aesthetically, it looked really good. Like I said in the beginning, it's like a super powered Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yep.
Um, yeah, and all the characters had chemistry. It's like
Mm-hmm.
one
That's a
character,
big thing. That's a real
right?
big thing.
It's like one character didn't feel awkward with all the others. The representation is good. We didn't talk about that. I just wanted to point that out. The representation is really good. You got
Mm-hmm.
Luffy as a Mexican character, and yes, he is Mexican. He said it himself.
Yep.
I'm not putting that Hispanic realm, but yes, he is Mexican. Nami is a white chick. Usopp is black. Zoro is Japanese,
Yep.
and Sanji, I believe he is from Spain.
Mm-hmm.
And I just love where all these races are coming together. It just
Mm-hmm.
shows you representation from all kinds of different groups. So
Yep.
I love that aspect as well too.
For
Um,
sure.
so overall, I don't really know what to rate it. I'm gonna really have to go back and think on that. But
Mm-hmm.
overall, I think it's a really great show. If you've never seen One Piece and you are interested in getting into it, here y'all go. If
Yep.
y'all don't like anime at all, for those of you who never got the who are never interested in watching anime,
Mm-hmm.
this is something to definitely get into if you are interested.
Yep.
So yeah, that's my
Yep.
little spiel.
Uh
It was great.
it was great. I think it's a step it's a step in the right direction for like
Yeah.
anime to live action adaptations. It's definitely a step in the right direction because you got to think like all the live actions that have failed, like Attack on Titan, like Dragon Ball Evolution, Avatar, all those that have just completely fucking flopped, bro.
Hmm.
Like, and then One Piece comes and just blows everyone's expectations out the water. Like blew me away, and I'm an anime fan, bro. So imagine like people who don't watch One Piece like watching this and they're like, "Oh, damn, this is kind of good," and it like
Yeah.
influences them to actually watch the anime. That's insane. Because even scrolling through like YouTube comments and stuff like that, people will say like, I don't have time to commit like all my
Right.
days to watching 1,000 episodes, but seeing this little piece of it on Netflix and how good it is makes me want to watch the anime and like commit to it. So I
Yeah.
think it's a very special thing what this live action did. It ignited the fire in like a lot of would be One Piece fans who were just put off by like the whole commitment of the length
Hmm.
of it. Um, Everything about this live action, it's just it's so good. Like even when you think about like just the little changes that we were talking about, like little changes from the manga, they're not changes that make you be like, what the fuck? They're changes
Mhm.
that like realistically make sense. Like they're changes that it's like we just want you to see it from a different perspective, but still make it make sense. And they did that perfectly.
Right.
Perfectly. All the characters, such good chemistry. Because the last thing you want is for an anime like One Piece to have all the characters and you can kind of tell like I don't think these people really like each other that much. They're kind of
Right.
just like trying to play the role. But no,
Mhm.
like you said, like everybody is friends like on screen and off screen and it shows. So that's great. Um Overall, it is a step in the right direction and I think it can only get better from here. The one thing I am a little just a tiny little nervous about is once One Piece starts getting a little more outlandish,
Yeah,
because
that's
I
when they
know they
really
have a
gotta.
lot of outlandish characters.
Yeah.
Like, is Chopper gonna be all CGI or is it gonna be like if they make it that far, is Chopper gonna be all CGI? Like, what are they gonna do about the devil fruit people who are like
Yeah.
anthropomorphic, like human and animal? Like, I, but it's good. It's great for now, and I know they'll handle it. I know they'll handle
Right.
it well. So I love the
I,
show. I love it.
I yeah, I will say this is just the blueprint.
Mm-hmm.
This is the blueprint of what they can build off on in the next season if they actually do a next season, and I'm pretty sure they will with the way things ended. So, spoiler, sorry if y'all got this far, it's on you. But
True,
Smoker is my guy.
bro.
When I saw him on screen, I was like, "Oh shit,
Yeah, dude. Yeah, bro.
I'm ready.
It's just I'm ready.
I'm ready."
I am fucking ready, bro. But
And
yeah, that's I
yeah,
love
and
this show.
they also have to manage how he's going to use his powers too,
Yep.
because um, yeah, like I agree with you saying that as the show progresses,
Mm-hmm.
we start to see more devil fruit power users,
Mm-hmm.
and the show starts to get more crazier and crazier.
Yep.
It's like, all right, so with the live action, how are we going to make this possible?
Yeah, because there's things you like realistically, yes, you can cut out, for the
Hmm.
sake of storytelling and stuff like that. But there are some of those outlandish scenes that you can't leave out. Like, you just can't.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
I don't know how they're gonna do Chopper. I feel like it's gonna be all CGI. I
okay.
have a really good feeling it's gonna be all CGI. But like when Chopper turns into when he takes a rumble ball and turns into like that fucking
Hmm.
like how is that gonna get animated and play into everything and like just like maybe Rob Lucci, how's Rob Lucci gonna look? Like just little things like that. It's kind of like I don't know how they're gonna do it if they get that far. Because realistically, I don't know how far they're gonna take it. I
Man,
don't think they're going all the way to Wano. I know that for a fact. But like if they
oh
do,
no,
hey
yeah,
shit.
they I feel like
They might pull
as
a Grey's
far as
Anatomy and make fucking like 15 seasons. I
man,
don't know.
listen, as far as what I how I think they'll go, I want to see them go all the way towards Alabasta.
Yeah, dude.
Man, I want to see Crocodile.
Yeah,
I'm
bro.
I'm I'm ready to
Yeah.
see Crocodile. Um Now I'm not saying that this show is the most perfect. We're not saying that
Mhm.
at all. I
Nope.
did have some gripes with the show. Um some of the acting, most of it was great with the main characters, yes.
Mhm.
Some of it was a little corny. I'm not gonna hold you.
Yep.
With the stuff and situations, and the fishmen were
I don't really like the Fishmen that
okay.
much. I'm
I
not
don't
gonna
really
lie.
care for the yeah. It
Like
was
I
yeah,
didn't, bro. Like Arlong, okay, cool. Arlong was fine, bro. But like all the other ones were just felt like fodder filler fucking bullshit.
yeah. It
Like
was
I can't
weird to
describe
me.
it. Yeah.
It was weird
Yeah.
to me how they looked, especially that one fish that was fighting Usopp. We had the Botox for like in the lips and
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah. Them lips was like huge as fuck. I was like,
I was
bro,
like,
who
all right.
who set your
But
makeup
yeah,
up, my boy? Who
but
did
yeah,
that to you, my boy?
the show ain't perfect by all means. It's
Hmm.
not perfect, but it is a step up from what we have gotten
Hmm.
in the past.
It's way better than
Um,
what we got in the past, bro.
and it's sad because when you think of One Piece, you think of it being so unrealistic, but
Mm-hmm.
they actually pulled it off. And you think
Yep.
of Death Note, that shit could actually happen. Or when you
Mm-hmm.
think of Cowboy Bebop, that's as most realistic as you can possibly get.
Yep.
And it broke my heart to where when I saw Cowboy Bebop, they changed so much stuff within the show, and with some of the scenes and some of the storylines, it was too dedicated to the show. To was like, all
Mm-hmm.
right, we got to kind of mix it up. Where they and on the other hand, they completely veered off. This ain't even Cowboy Bebop anymore. Like this,
It ain't.
Vicious, Vicious was
Mm-hmm.
not that. That's not Vicious. uh Faye. I did like Spike, and I did like Jet. Those are really
Yeah.
the only two characters that I like. But
Yep.
yeah, they veered off with the story. Um
They
and I
veered
don't
off
want to
like
make this.
way too much.
Yeah.
Way too much, bro. To where it was like this. I don't even know what I'm watching anymore at this point, bro.
Yeah, it was sad. Yeah, but One Piece, this is the blueprint for all the other ones that want to become a live action.
Mm-hmm.
Learn from this.
Yep.
Learn from this, please.
Take notes. Take notes,
Please.
producers. Take notes.
Um yeah, so they can. I'm ready for season 2. Um and like I said, I feel like they can take it as far as Alabasta, and that's going to be it.
Mm, that's
That's going to be
yeah.
it.
Yeah, because I mean, like, that's gonna be a lot of involvement. If Oda's gotta basically like coach him through all the way to like Wano or Whole Cake Island or something like that, I'm like,
Yeah, we're
damn,
not
bro,
doing that.
we ain't doing that unless they cut out a lot. Because unless they either make the episodes longer
Yeah.
or they cut out a bunch of stuff, it's like I don't think y'all are getting that far, bro. Because
Nah.
and it's weird though. I feel like they are gonna get that far because I think it was either the last episode or the episode before that. They mentioned Jinbei, and Arlong was like,
They
"Oh, he's a
did.
traitor," and I was
They
like,
had some
"Hmm,
Easter eggs in here for sure.
hmm."
They
So
did.
is he gonna get introduced sometime
And you
soon?
and you
Or
seen like those wanted posters with those different characters.
mm-hmm.
It was like, okay, but
Hmm.
I'm thinking those are just Easter eggs. I don't think they're going to take it that far.
Yeah,
Um
but do you know there might be the One Piece fan that's like, why would you mention it? And like, because essentially it's like a payoff that I'm not getting the reward. Like you gave me the little teaser, like, oh, he said Jinbei's name, but like I'm not gonna see him. So what's the point in putting it in there? You might get some of those fans that are like that, but me,
yeah.
I'm like, oh damn,
It
Jinbei,
it
my
would
boy.
be it was a positive for me because I'm like, "Oh, you
Mm-hmm.
actually threw that name in there, or you
Yep.
threw those wanted posters up there."
Mm-hmm.
They really put in effort, and they paid attention to these fans and what they
Yeah,
want.
they did.
So,
They
yeah,
did. So
great show. I was pleasantly surprised. For all the people who um wasn't too sure about the show, uh
I don't think I
go
hate. Did I
watch it.
hate on it?
Yo,
I'm
y'all were
having a
dogging the show. Y'all were dogging the show. I remember. Go back and watch the episode. I was literally the only one.
ah.
I was
I don't know if
literally.
I was dogging it. I think I was unsure about it. But what I was,
Y'all,
did I say it was a piece of shit?
you
I
didn't
said
say
I
it was a
wasn't
piece of
fucking with
shit,
the
but
like.
y'all were, y'all were.
I
They're
know
like,
I was
nah,
on
we
the
don't
fence
know.
about it. I was on the fence about it, and then
Okay, maybe you was on the fence, but everybody else was
everybody else
not
was dogging the
not
fuck
with
out
it.
of it. But I'm pretty
They
sure I
wasn't
was on
with
the
it.
fence about it because I was like, I don't know. I'm gonna see what they do. I'm gonna see
Yeah,
what they
yeah,
do,
yeah.
but I just can't see like anime to live back because I've been hurt so many times. Bro. I tried
Oh,
so
that
hard,
and
not so
that's fair.
far.
That's fair to y'all. That is fair. We've
Yeah,
been
I
hurt so
didn't
many
got
times
burned.
with anime live action. It's
It's like
I
fuck.
get it. I get it.
Yeah, so it's like it's was really hard when I first saw these trailers. I was like, One Piece, they already ruined Dragon Ball, bro. One Piece is one of them shows where you cannot ruin a live action
Yeah,
of One Piece. Do you know how many people would riot, bro, if you ruined a
it'll be
live
bad.
action of
Yeah,
One Piece? Dragon
it'll be
Ball
bad.
still ain't recovered. Still ain't recovered.
No, I just I that movie hurt me.
Bro,
It
they didn't
really
even
did.
watch the show. Like,
No, and I'm never watching that again.
you couldn't pay me any amount of money in the world to watch that bullshit again, bro. I don't care
I've
how much
seen a
money
lot
you.
of bad movies, but yo, that's up. That's definitely gonna be up there.
Not even
Um,
from like an anime like standpoint, it's a bad movie. Just from like a regular
no,
casual
that's what I'm saying.
watcher,
It's a
that shit is a
regular ass
bad
movie.
fucking movie, bro. Shit was
It's super.
horrible.
It's super. Yeah, it's bad. It's bad. But
It's garbage. But I'm glad
with
One Piece is good. I'm glad One Piece is good.
yeah, and for all the people who y'all are seeing the ratings, it's number one. It's
Hmm.
number one.
It's
So
trending.
definitely, I recommend definitely check it out if you were on the fence or just didn't like this at all. I'm pretty sure that you're gonna have a different perspective about stuff.
Yeah,
Um,
get you a Netflix subscription if you ain't got it. Stop bumming off your fucking friends' Netflix subscription. Get your own shit. I'm playing.
oh damn, that sounds kind of personal.
It was kind of personal, but you know what I'm saying. But yeah, no.
Damn.
If you guys aren't like, you know, planning on watching this, I promise you're gonna like it. You'll like it. You'll like it. It again, like I said, it turned on like a lot of people to watch One Piece, like the actual anime. So I mean, it can't be too bad. Can't be too
Yeah,
bad.
yeah.
But
It
yeah.
was great.
You got any more thoughts before I close this out?
Um, nah. All I do have to say though, speaking of One Piece, and I know we were talking before, you did see the episode 1074.
That's a big number.
Um,
Yeah. Yeah, I've seen it.
man, I don't. This is peak. This
Mm-hmm.
is peak at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's
For sure.
been peak, but I was looking at my screen when I saw this shit. I'm like, yo, I don't know what else is topping this except for maybe like as far as animation goes, Bleach.
Bro,
But
I, I'm telling
I
you, that boy Henry Thurlow is in his fucking bag, bro. Anything I said about him talking shit, not backing it up, bro, I was wrong. I'll admit it. That boy is insane, bro.
it was blowing
Insane.
my mind of how good it was, like movie quality.
Yes, bro. Like it was like a little short, little mini movie. I was like,
Yeah.
he.
So yeah, the fact that this is where Luffy is at this point, and he's not invincible. He's not invincible by any means. Like he can get hurt with this
Mm-hmm,
power. So
mm-hmm,
I'm glad that he's not OP, and I'm glad that Kaido is actually holding his own with this
mm-hmm.
power.
Oh no,
But
Kaido fighting back. Kaido ain't no bitch now. Kaido was fighting back, but
yeah, Kat,
it's just so insane seeing how like because I know I remember before we were talking about like Gear 5 and finally seeing it animated and stuff like that, and I just need to see more of Gear 5.
yeah,
I've seen my fill of Gear 5 now. I I know how overpowered it is. It's not like OP to a point, but it's
right.
like that boy can bend the laws of physics, bro. Like, how do you
He was
stop that?
he was
Re-
bouncing on mountains,
how do you stop that, bro? Realistically, like you can't. But he was bouncing.
and
He grabbed lightning, bouncing off mountains, bro.
yeah, and this I really have to go. I really have to watch read the manga now because it's so we already got past this in the manga.
Yep.
Um, I need to see how what else is going on. Um, but yeah, another question for you:
Mm.
what is an anime that you want to see in live action?
Oh boy. Um, an anime I want to see in
Because I already
live.
got mine.
Damn. Fuck, man. I'm trying to think. I'm really trying to think because I know, like, I kind of want to see Bleach in like live action,
Okay.
like legit live action. How One Piece is right now. I kind of want to see Bleach like that. I was gonna
Mm,
say like either one of them things, but nah. I think I want to see Bleach. I don't think Demon Slayer would work in live action just because of all the animation and visual effects. We're not going to talk about Dragon Ball. Um, and
mm.
I don't think I want to see My Hero either because it'd just be a bunch of fucking 13, 14 year
Bro,
olds.
that's sky high.
Yeah, bro, that's sky high.
That's
So
sky high.
Disney already got that bitch covered. So I'm gonna say Bleach. I'm gonna say
Okay.
Bleach.
No, that's a good pick.
Who you got?
I'm gonna say Black Lagoon.
Ah,
Bro,
yes,
they could
sir.
yo. if they made that into a live action, you could actually put that in a movie, like you can put that in theaters.
Yep.
Now I don't want it to be actually no, I want it to be a TV show. Yeah. Like how they did The Last of Us. I want it to
Yeah.
be on that level.
Okay. Okay. I can see.
It's
I can
so
see that.
and
I
it's
can
so
see that.
realistic. Like you can't
Yeah. I can
yeah.
see that. Like you gotta pick an anime where it's like not too well. I mean, technically you don't, because One Piece is
They did One
outlandish as
Piece.
hell, and they did it. They did One Piece, so you can whatever you want, man. That's
Yeah.
why I said Bleach. Demon
Yeah.
Slayer wouldn't work. That's why I said Bleach. So yeah, man. But damn,
But
that's
yeah,
a good
that's all
one.
I
Black
got.
Lagoon. That's a good one.
That's it.
That's a real good one.
Yeah.
Think about that. Think about that. But all right. This has been episode 31 of the Actual Anime Podcast. I appreciate all y'all who stuck around for the short break that we had. Yeah, I ain't got nothing else. Ellis ain't got nothing else. So we will see y'all in 2 weeks. Oh, and before I dip out, Caleb said he loved the show as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Shout out to Caleb. He loved everything
Okay.
about it. He turned up a
Okay.
little too hard, so he couldn't be here. But shout out to him. He said he loved it.
Nice.
I want to go back
Nice,
and see
nice.
what he said before, though. I'm I'm gonna rewatch the old episode and see what he
Yeah.
said before. But yeah, this has been episode 31. You know, like, share, comment, subscribe, show your friends, show your neighbors, show your homies. We'll see y'all in 2 weeks. Deuces. Bitch, I'm not gonna feel like I walk on water. I'm